Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here at ICP, seeing what's going on. We're going to double check a few key factors, see if we have potential for further pullback, or if the price is priced in for, for example, and see kind of what's going on here. So if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, I hope you can learn something today. If you do want to become a better trader, again, cryptocash.tech is a site. Link down below, and yeah, just enjoy the awesome market here today. This is quite the story here so far. I'm sure you saw what happened with Bitcoin yesterday. Hoping you filled your spot bags at the 60K mark. I was able to add to my position, felt good about that. Curious about ICP at this point. Is it worth taking a long or a short? The candle wick from yesterday actually isn't as bad as you might think. Even though we wicked all the way down to 11, it came all the way up to 17 before that happened. So all the more reason why there's a good chance we're going to see the price continue higher. So we'll talk about that and much more. Quick congrats to our community too as well for not getting destroyed in this market. We do have some awesome trades here. Chainlink, nice little short there. SEI short as well, 60%. And then what we also almost got in at Gala. We barely didn't get filled there. Just a few decimal points off there. Effectively, that would have been a nice 50%. We took Solana profits the day before. ICP as well, 56% with that trade there as well. So again, some cool little profits there. Definitely considering a second trade on ICP at this point, but we're going to see if it's worthwhile at this point. So let's double check a few things. First of all, point of control, $12.95, round number $13. Strong amount of support there based on volume. Okay, we zoom out a little bit, we can see kind of the average amount here. It's right here in this range, again, between $12.90 and $13.50. So a lot of support there. So the price wicked down, yes, but it came right back up. Hopefully you had some limit orders that got filled yesterday too for ICP. I wish in hindsight I had set them. But again, hindsight's always 20/20, right? So MACD, we can see a convergence here as well. Nice solid convergence for 2 days in a row. So even all the craziness from yesterday, still maintaining a strong bullish continuation. Of course, it's going to reflect on the daily time frame because of just how nasty those candle wicks were from the top to the bottom. So truth is, you don't see a lot of effect on the daily time frame here, but what we can see is that money flow index is still very high, stochastic swinging up, and RSI isn't even overextended yet. So I really think ICP has a tremendous potential to continue to run and that we are going to see more upside. Let's see if the 4-hour time frame tells us something similar. Look at this. I call this a heart rate monitor. Bloop. Price action goes up, down, and over. It's an interesting situation here, folks. Again, I'm glad you're using stop losses when you trade. At least I'm speaking more so to my community, because if you didn't, that could have been problematic. Again, with high leverage. Low leverage, different story altogether, but let's talk about this here. We got a MACD divergence in the 4-hour. This is pretty common for what just happened. So it's fairly conflicting from what we see in the daily, right? All right, well, that's normal, not a big deal. But if we do take a look at the RSI over 50, money flow index is high, and stochastic swing to the downside. So we've got two stochastic, basically a stochastic and MACD telling us the price is going to continue lower. The reason it does that is because of how momentous of a trend this is here, though. So you got to recognize those indicators will give false positives when you have manipulation of the market. Okay? The ones that don't give false positives are the RSI, because it's based on the relative strength. There's a really cool calculation, if you look it up, that really helps you understand that you're on the right side of the tracks here. Us being over this level is extremely important to me, especially with high money flow index. It means money flowed right back into this coin as soon as it went down, just like Bitcoin, and it's holding its level. So pending Bitcoin doesn't shoot down to sub 60K again, we should be in pretty good shape to hold this level. Okay? ICP looks pretty strong. And even if the price were to wick down, just say, that'd be a 20% correction. With low leverage, you can survive that. Okay? Again, I'm not saying that you should take a long position right now exactly for that reason, but these are mostly positive contributing factors, again, in my personal opinion. And the reason why, again, we're over all moving averages too. So I put more weight on moving averages and relative strength than I do a momentous indicator letting us know that the price action is being manipulated, right? So again, manipulation gives us some false positives there, or false negatives in that case, because once again, if you trade just specifically on the MACD, you'd be shorting right now and you'd probably be in the red. Okay, so again, not necessarily the best consideration there. Those are just things that I look for. We got a lot of liquidity down below that did get swept, which is nice. Some fair value, of course, up above the price action. We take a look at the hourly. We're going to probably confirm that we are we're within some of the moving averages, but above the important ones. The thing I'm interested in here is TD sequential. We did come down to a 9, got a nice little reset there. Back up to a 5, down to 3. Okay, so we have no overextension in either direction, which is awesome. Ichimoku Cloud is confirming that we have good momentum here. So conversion lines above the baseline. Lagging span is not free and clear. And of course, we're not over the cloud just yet. So this is basically a cause for pause, or a pause for consideration, whatever you want to call it. It's one of those situations where you got to just pump the brakes for a minute, be patient, and wait. Okay? I know it's a very hard thing. Patience is a 4-letter word for most people, but I can assure you, waiting for confirmation on this trade would be awesome. So here's what I'm looking for. And we're seeing the same thing too as well for Solana, and I think it was Matic as well. Yeah, so those are the coins I've been analyzed here so far today, and they're all exuding similar behavior. And again, there's other contributing factors, not just this, but this is the thing that I like to use for confirmation. So let's just say hypothetically the price comes up to this level, okay? And we are at this price point of just say 1460. And keep in mind this line that I have drawn out on the chart, if I'm not mistaken, that is a daily candlestick closure from before. So it's important to be above that level, right? It's also somewhat of a point of control because even though we're over 13.5, we have a lot of volume in that range right now too. What I'm getting at here is if the price goes to that level, right, the lagging span will be free and clear of the price action. Conversion line will remain above the baseline, and we'd have more certainty in taking that trade. The inverse also applies too. You got to recognize it. It's not just long positions that are viable right now. There could be a short consideration. Again, I wouldn't say that that's the idea, but generally speaking, the price comes down here. Within about 48 hours, we cannot seem to close above that 1410 mark. That might be a consideration for a short. I want to emphasize the word might because other contributing factors need to be present. We don't see those things on the 4-hour daily timeframes yet. So again, the cloud is a good indication of which side of the tracks you're on and gives you confirmation in either direction, but you also got to use it in combination with other factors. Same thing with my CC Golden Indicator, for example. We have a lot of folks using that. If you're not doing a macro analysis leading into it, it can give you false positives just as any other indicator will. That's why you don't just use one. You use a combination of a lot of different ones. More importantly, less is more. So I would recommend only 2 or 3 indicators per time frame, just so you're not, analysis by paralysis. Wait, paralysis by analysis. You get the gist. Anyways, I'm talking too long here. The point here is that I'm going to wait for confirmation. We close at just say 1430, 1450 preferably or higher today, then we're going to likely be able to see further continuation of the upside, pending Bitcoin is done with this nonsensical garbage from all the Bitcoin miners selling at 69K. Yeah, that was I wouldn't say it was a black swan event, but that occurred, and so did what? We also had Meta went down for a few hours as well. Facebook, I mean, I would have been perfectly fine with that being a permanent thing. But that is, again, conversation for another day. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned something here today. Deeply appreciate it. Make sure you check out Bitunix, Phenomenal Exchange, link down below. No KYC or VPN. Our community loves them. They had a significant upgrade this last weekend. It works out very well in the sense of just more optimization, more trading pairs coming. ICP is one of those as well. Thank you so much for watching. We'll hopefully see you in the next one. So take care of yourself out there, all right? It's a crazy market. We'll see you soon. Thank you.